My movie recollection with Vincent Cloud.
You always say it so confused. All right. Scott Allwood here.
Because I'm like, I have like three different things, and you're about to be part of all of them. So I'm like, what are we doing? Yeah. And I think I used this background for a few Goldilocks Bears. That's why it threw me off.
Son of a gun. I use this new cool ass brick background, and you're gonna be giving me leftovers. Ugh.
Actually, I it looks good. The lighting almost matches.
It's because I'm in front of a real brick wall, Vince.
Oh my gosh, yes. Like a stand-up improv stage.
This next joke, get a load of this. That's how I would do my stand-up routine. So we are going to discuss movies, and I have a list 1 through 6, 1 through 6, left side, right side. Left
Uh,
side, 1 through 6, right side, 1 through 6. Or
ooh,
we can do 12, whatever.
let's go alt-right 6.
Oh, such the worst movie out of this group. So I'm like, oh, he's gonna pick these numbers, and then I'm always wrong. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4 four words, and it starts with T.
T4 is it the?
It is. So do
Okay.
you want this letter after
Yes.
that?
Yes.
Okay, the W.
The You said 4 words. The West Side Story? No, that's called the yeah, it's not that.
That is
Who's in it?
incorrect. Barbra Streisand.
The Way We Were?
It is.
I've never seen it. That's hilarious. Okay. Oh,
Um,
I saw Robert.
Robert Redford.
Okay, so let me guess. The Way We Were. Maybe they dated when they were young, and then something happened. They parted ways, and then maybe years later they try and give it another go around. But you know what? They weren't the way they were anymore.
Oh my goodness. Are you sure you haven't seen this? They meet each other in college. She's a very outspoken political activist, and he's very just laid back, cool, whatever. Too cool for this shit. I think he's in the Navy or something. He's something to do with the Army. So later on, they reconnect. They, I guess, are together. They end up having a kid. They're really happy. He becomes into like filmmaking. He's making a movie about some story he wrote back in college, and then they drift apart, and that's about it. He actually just leaves and never takes care of the kid he has with her. So that was pretty interesting.
Whoa. So it's just a marriage that falls apart over the years?
I guess. I mean, it has some really good scenes in it. I've watched it a couple times.
Yeah.
They're really good together.
Are
And
you
I'm like,
saying
Streisand's really fucking good in this movie. I haven't seen many of her movies, but she's adorable in this. When she gets scared or upset, like she's just into it. There's power there.
oh wow.
Robert Redford's just a good looking dude who didn't want to take the part initially, and then went into it. Yeah, it was good.
Okay, so yeah, I've never seen any of Streisand's work. I just know she's a singer, right? So
Yeah,
I
she's making
yeah.
a song for this, like the opening song. The way we were.
All right, cool. I mean, I've seen some, the opposite of romances. What would they be called? Realistic marriage crumblings? I don't know. Where they like take Revolutionary Road. It's just about a relationship that's falling apart, or The Marriage Story that came out with like ScarJo and Adam
Yeah.
D. Man, yeah.
D.
Never saw it, but I just assume like that's what it's about. Where it's just like, or what was it, Blue Valentine, or there's movies out there, right? Where it's just
Yeah.
like they fucking fail. Uh, Do you said they're good together. You meant the actors are good together, but
Uh,
the
the
characters
character,
should not be?
no, probably not.
Okay. So you could like if you were friends with the both of them, you'd be like, "Shit, man,
Dude,
what do you two leave each other?"
I don't really think I'd be that invested.
So you okay.
So you
was
guys
trying
would
to
be still cool. Anyway,
I was trying to get somewhere and you're like, okay.
talk
I'm Mr. Cool
enough
Cat.
about this movie. Movie recollection is about going through movies quickly, not lingering and just holding on for dear life to try to get a little more milk out of the nips.
Well, okay, I didn't know it was dry, man. I didn't know you were dry. I'm asking you, man. All right, fine. All right, let's go with my list, A through Z, 1 through 10.
A through Z, 1 through 10. Let's choose V1.
The one, huh? Okay. Oh shit, we got a one word title.
Vulture. Violent.
Violent
Vegas.
vulture.
Those are the only V words I know.
um Chevy Chase. Um
One
Beverly
word.
D'Angelo.
Vegas vacation's not one word.
Yeah, I never said it was Vegas Vacation. Randy Quaid. You know, there's other vacations, right? In the franchise?
Vampire vacation.
No, no. Directed by Harold Ramis.
It starts with a V.
Yeah. Okay, you're not gonna get this. Vegas Vacation is actually the fourth installment in the Vacation quadrilogy. I'm talking about the very first one called simply Vacation.
Ah.
Yeah. Guess what happens?
They go on a trip to go to the theme park, don't they? Or is that the
Yes.
second?
Yes. Wally
Uh,
World.
and John Candy's out there and he's like, hold up, hold up. I'm a security guard. You ain't getting in here. And then they get in there and have just so much fun. Just a blast.
So okay, so you never saw it, you just know of it through like
Yeah, I don't know if I ever actually sat down and watched it. I think I've seen just clips.
hmm. Well, I'll tell you this. I think I'm a fan of the vacation movies. They are good. And this is the first one and I personally this was the best until Christmas Vacation. That is the crowning achievement of the quadrilogy.
I
Yeah.
really went into a Chevy Chase mania in my mid 20s. I was a huge fan of Chevy Chase, maybe early 20s. But I couldn't get into the Christmas Vacation. I thought it was too dry, too slow.
Hmm.
I really enjoyed his other stuff like Fletch and and more of that kind of speed.
All right. The I don't know. There's
Maybe
a
he's
lot
like
of good a lot
Oldie
of good
on
bits.
to Fool's Play, Fowl's Play. Sorry, but yeah, Vegas. So what do you like about it?
No, it's called
Oh,
Vacation.
damn it, Vacation. What do you like about it?
There's just a lot of good hijinks. Again, Harold Ramis, I think he wrote and directed this. So if you're a Ramis fan, you get a lot out of it. And then Chevy Chase in general, even though I don't like him as an a person in real life. Apparently, he's a fucking asshole.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think he's very funny, and in these movies, he's very good. Uh, in terms of timing and like pacing, he didn't like the Christmas Vacation. It's also way different because he's just in the house the whole time, or like it's there. Vacation is a road trip, so if you like road trips,
yeah.
there you go.
The
Yeah,
one where he's like out by the pool saying, "This is crazy. This is crazy." and
Yeah, that's
then
that
his
one.
some naked woman. Maybe I
Yeah.
have seen it.
Christy Brinkley, who's a fucking real life vampire. She does not age, dude. You know who I'm talking about?
No,
You ever watch Parks and
you don't
Rec?
have to show me naked pictures of her. Come on.
They're right
Hey,
behind
yeah.
me. That's her ass right above my head. Taking a dump. Yeah, I don't know. All right, you remind me that we shouldn't, linger. So let's move on to the next movie. Stack 1-1.
Ooh, wee, love this movie. So it starts with an R, 2 words.
I don't know.
Rough. It is
I-
not rough.
who's in it?
Just gonna give it away. I'll give you secondary character, Michelle Rodriguez.
Oh, say no more. Say no more. I don't know.
Mila Jovovich.
Nothing's coming up.
Oh
Oh,
dang.
Resident Evil.
It is.
Yes. Okay. Oh, sweet. Uh, first
Resident
off,
Evil. Yay.
were you a fan of the games going into this movie?
I had I don't know if I played it before, if it came after, but I did play Code Veronica. I played 6. They
That's
were fine.
awesome. That's awesome. That's like the one game I really got to know. I didn't even play it. It was my brother, but I don't know. I was never a
I
video game guy. Yeah.
I forgot all about that until just now.
Uh,
But
but
this,
this,
do
yeah,
you know about? Have you seen it?
yeah, yeah, for
Okay.
sure. Mila, she's
Her
Alice,
waking
right?
up, her waking up, not remembering a gosh darn thing.
Mm.
That opening scene where all the employees get gassed and then are like dying, and then they're in the elevator, and then this guy gets his head stuck, and then the goes up or down or something, and just cuts his head off.
Whoa.
Anyway, so so they go down underneath her own house, and to help something find a cure or find a sister or someone. I don't remember that details. It's been a couple years since I saw it, but hated all the sequels. But I thought Resident Evil 1 had some good music, some tension when the zombies actually show up. They're slow and kind of creeping in close, and she's not a complete crazy, just badass in this movie. She doesn't know who she is, so she's scared, but she still kicks some ass, kicks some zombie dog ass.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay, well, I gotta come to defense for Resident Evil 2. I like that just because it's kind of based on the sequel, right? With that giant ass nemesis monster with the rocket launcher, and then also Jill Valentine is a personal favorite. So there's a lot more to 2 that I did enjoy more than 1. Yeah.
Some of my favorite composers for movies is a group called Tom and Andy. I don't know if you've ever heard of them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Or the fourth one in particular that I really enjoyed. Bought the soundtrack. Like I bought a few of their soundtracks, and I've watched movies just because they've scored them. Great group. You ever hear them? Check them out.
Rules of Attraction, right?
I bought that album. Love that score. Hills Have Eyes is another one that I thoroughly enjoyed. Sinister 2, awful movie. Great soundtrack.
Yeah, I gotta look into that. Gay Song definitely is my favorite in Rules of Attraction. That do you know which one I'm talking about?
It's been a while since I've listened to the soundtrack, but I do not remember that one in particular.
Love it. I will just put that on sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But okay, Resident Evil, let's see here. It wasn't too gory. At least there wasn't Not that it had to be. I'm not like one of those gore hounds you hear so much about, you know.
Yeah.
Uh, I thought it was fine. I thought it was a nice little action movie. Of course, you know, you get to stare at Mila Jovanovic for like 2 hours, so that's that's just nice. That's just fine right there. I'll
I
accept
actually
that.
don't mind Michelle Rodriguez playing the same badass character and everything she does.
She
I
does.
really enjoy her presence. So when she comes along, I'm like, yes, like this or Lost, like whatever, Fast and the Furious,
Avatar.
she's is she in that?
Yep.
Okay.
And she does it well, she does the same thing. I don't know. It's yeah, but I'm not gonna I don't I yeah, I like it. Yeah, she's awesome.
Moving forward.
Okay. I like that you're mocking Matt without ever knowing him. And I mean that truly. Keep it up. All right, from my list, motherfucker.
60. Wait, A through C, 1 through 60. We're gonna go P for popcorn.
Yeah.
Three.
B3.
P3, baby.
Oh my goodness. Okay, one word title. Um
Duty Tang.
The Wilderness.
Plants. Is that a
B.
documentary?
Animated. Yeah, let's just get into it.
Planes.
What?
Is it planes?
No, B. You
No, I
said
said P. I
dude,
said popcorn. P.
and I dude, I totally heard B and then you said
Why
popcorn.
would
I'm
I
like,
say
that's not what popcorn starts with, buddy.
yeah, because no, you could have been me. I definitely said B and then yelled popcorn for no reason.
I'm really having a hard time. Like your connection isn't the best tonight. I'm not gonna say that's the whole
You better not blame it on my connection again.
all right, P3. Let's oh wow, okay. Forward title. Yes. Starting with P as in popcorn.
Popcorn. Popcorn saves the day. Urge 1, 2, 3. Um, planes, trains, and automobiles.
I don't mind that. Tim Burton. Paul Rubens.
Oh, Pee Wee Herman's Big Adventure.
Oh my gosh, I just wrote down Pee Wee's Big Adventure. Yes, it's Pee Wee. Is it Pee Wee Herman's Big Adventure?
Maybe it is just Pee Wee's Big Adventure.
I don't know. I don't know. But you've seen it?
No. Is that the
Oh
one where he's dancing on the jukebox?
yeah. Yes.
I saw that clip.
What do you think happens?
I love the song Tequila. That's a fun song. And that scene's funny. But what I think happens is, gosh, I swear I've watched these. Because which one is it where he's just making out with this chick for like a minute and 50 seconds? And it's just
Oh, I don't know which one that is. Nothing's coming to mind. He wasn't very sexual, that Pee Wee, though, right?
he was in that one.
Yeah. Huh. That might be like Pee Wee over the big top or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think this movie is about him trying to help his buddy, but his buddy got kidnapped. And now he's got to go find him and save him.
Does that imply a road trip of some kind?
Oh, yeah. He's going bar to bar dancing on anything he needs to until he gets answers.
You know, in a way, you are right. Except it's his bike that gets taken.
Oh, yeah, I remember that now.
dude, okay, let me just say this. Like, I grew up and I remember the Pee Wee show being on TV because that's where he kind of started, right? So, like, it's so interesting to me that Tim Burton, the fucking Prince emo of darkness, was like, I'm gonna make a Pee Wee Big Adventure movie. Uh and it's very good. I remember enjoying it. Like if you I guess you have to get into Pee Wee's comedy, but I think he's funny. But like when he goes mad though, when he has all those people at his house and he's like, we're here to find the bike. Exhibit A, this thing, exhibit B, and he just keeps on all these exhibits or whatever, right? And he's like, it's so hard to figure this out. It's almost like unraveling a giant sweater that someone keeps knitting and knitting, and he just starts to go insane, and people just walk out on him, and he's just like, and knitting. It's terrific. There's so many freaky scenes because it's Tim Burton, like with Large Marge. Do you remember that sequence in the truck?
Sounds familiar.
Yeah. I mean, that's terrifying when she's like, and then tell him he looked like this, and then she makes that face, those giant eyes. It's very Beetlejuice-esque. There's so much good stuff, man. I would
When they came out with the new one for Netflix, I was excited because I remember them more back then around that time. And I think the director was someone who had worked on some Adult Swim shows that I really enjoyed. John Lee, I think, did it, if I remember correctly. But yeah, it was fun. I like Pee Wee too.
I feel like I'm doing this injustice. They give Pee Wee a role in his own movie. Remember that at the very end, and they have like Josh Brolin dressed up as Pee Wee. It's like, I'm Pee Wee Herman, stuff like that. But like in the background, Pee Wee's dressed up as like a little bellboy, and he's just like looking at the camera and shit like that. And then when he gets a call, they overdub his voice. It's like, Mr. Herman, Mr. Herman. Oh, it's so good. I want to watch that movie right now.
And this is over. Bye. Movie Recollection.
Moving on.
Moving on.
Stack 2, 3. 3
Okay.
as in three blind mice.
I'm excited. One word starts with a C.
Cujo.
No. This stack is also before the 2000s, by the way. So yeah.
Cube.
Would you like to know who's in it?
Yes.
My boy Charles Grodin.
C, you said?
Early 90s.
Charles Grodin?
Mary Steinbergen or Steenbergen.
Oh man, give me one more. Oh, Clifford?
Yes, sir.
This is unusual, right? That movie, isn't it weird?
It is so fucking funny though.
Yes.
I love the idea of Martin Short playing a child that is the nephew of Charles Grodin and just getting on his nerves the entire fucking movie.
And Charles Grodin is one of those great what do you call it? Straight men. I mean, like, I usually don't like the straight man thing. I could usually like do without, because it's just lame. I don't know. If I was an actor, I would never take that fucking role because I'm like, what do I do in the movie? I just react to someone being funny and not me. But Charles Grodin has like a temper, he has like this annoyance with people that's just bubbling under the surface. But like, I remember when he finally just takes his head and dunks it into the cereal.
Oh man, I was gonna mention, I think it might even be the same scene where he's at the table with them and he's trying to have a conversation with him and he's just like being straight serious. Do you know how to act like a human boy? Be a human, like in Martin Short's like, uh, he just can't do it. And seeing Charles Grodin react to that and talk to him and just so straight. I love it so much. And then at the end, he just goes crazy because Clifford's being such a shithead this whole movie, making the love interest Mary or whatever her name is in the movie believe Clifford every time, making him look like a jerk. He takes him to the freaking place that he works at that's like a carnival or whatever, and puts him on that ride and just keeps letting him ride it. He keeps speeding it up.
Oh man. I want to rewatch this. I did watch it a few times. I think it was a kind of a hit in our house. We thought it was funny, but yeah, if you watch this movie for the first time, you're gonna be like, why is there like a 45-year-old dude playing a kid? You know?
It's so well. And he also
Oh
plays like
man.
the 80-year-old in the beginning too.
Oh, does he?
Like him as an 80-year-old version of himself.
Mary Steenburgen, as in like Back to the Future 3? That woman? No? Yes? We're
Movies.
So Scott, was that Mary's the woman from Back to the Future 3?
Oh yeah.
Oh
I know
yes.
her from Curb Your Enthusiasm in this movie.
Right, of course. That Ted Danson, he weaseled his way under her garment. I don't know. But talk about a classy, beautiful woman. Like, oh my gosh, she's terrific. And she still looks great. Step Brothers, yes.
She does.
Maybe it's Ted Danson that's the fountain of youth. We gotta get on that.
Yeah, let's go suck his dick. What?
Anything else from Clifford?
I love, like, it's too bad this movie didn't do well because the combination of those two was great. I love Martin Short to this day. Only Murders in a Building. If you haven't watched it, check it out. Very
It's
good.
good, huh? Yeah. Well,
Love it.
Steve Martin wrote that, so I'm like, it's got to be funny. The two of those guys, yeah.
Oh yeah, it's good.
I wonder why. Oh, you think they're going to eventually add Chevy Chase and get the three amigos back?
No way. Not with how Chevy Chase is now compared to then. Sure, he was always an asshole, but he had a career back then.
He was good in Community. I'm not going to take that away from him.
Community because of him, and then got introduced to Donald Glover and freaking Childish Gambino right there, and then of course the creator. Why his name Dan Harmon?
Yeah.
I didn't remember for a second. So yeah, a lot of good stuff he opened me up into in there, which I heard Dan Harmon didn't even want Chevy Chase, but that's what brought me on board. So that had to have been around the time that I even was like watching his movies. 09.
Oh, shit. Nice. Awesome. Well, yeah, Charles Grodin, Beethoven, like he makes he elevates the material, Scott, because he's so dry and sarcastic and just like annoyed. It's great.
Here we are. You made it. If you got this far in the video, little kiss for you.
Smooches.
Stop smooching your lips out.
Yeah, well, thanks for listening, everybody. Like, subscribe, comment. This was my movie recollection with Vincent
Scotty
Cloud.
Elwood and
Podcast foul. All right. Goodbye. Why?